Hey, welcome. So today we're here talking about the ready-to-sew Papao pants. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I feel like I'm on some sort of Batman. Papao. But anyway, Papao, maybe. Papaya. It's not a word I am familiar with, but the Papao pants. They are inspired by the Indian dhoti and the Thai san ban mi, an asymmetric peg pant with a unique wrap closure and a slightly cropped leg. It can be sewn with or without pockets. Doesn't require any fastenings. So similar to the Megan Nielsen wattle skirt, this is a really clever construction, which means you don't need any zips or fastenings, although the wattle one you did need buttons, but I digress. It's an ideal project for an intermediate or a motivated beginner sewist. With me here to talk you through step by step, I think it's more than suitable for beginners too. So there's an option without a pocket or with a front pocket, with or without a front pocket, and there is a back pocket as well. I've seen versions with 2 back pockets, and I think I will make 2 back pockets. I like having somewhere to hook my hands, so I think I'll do that. The pattern design is asymmetric, which means a lot of it, or the front is asymmetric, so a lot of it is cut out on a single layer of fabric, so that you're only cutting the pieces that you need. So there are 2 different size ranges. You have got size range 1, which is sizes 32 to 46. They say that's a B cup size range, but there's no cup involved in this, so we'll ignore that part. And then the second size range is size 46 to 58. So it's all based on your hip size for these trousers. Fabric requirements, it only gives fabric requirements for 140 wide fabric, but if your fabric is narrower, like if you were to use, for example, an African wax print cotton, or a cotton that comes in a narrower width, then you might need more than suggested here. But if you're making the one without the pocket, it's all the same. It just depends what size you're making. So I'll put this fabric requirement, however they've written that in non-well translated French to English, fabric. So the suggested fabrics suggest a medium weight fabric, 240 GSM, grams per square metre. Something like a linen or a ramie or a hemp canvas will give you that nice kind of natural look. Quilting cotton, I think this should say. Light denim, batik, poplin. And you should avoid very fluid fabrics, very drapey fabrics such as tencel and rayon. So I'm just going to show you a little bit here about different weights of fabric. You obviously will also need a matching thread for this project, and you will need some interfacing, although that's not covered in the instructions. I would say probably you're going to want to do your straps and these small facing pieces, pocket facings, so probably a metre, maybe 1.5 metres of interfacing to get the long pieces on. I will let you know as we progress. Yes, let me show you in increasing weights some of the different GSMs. So this one here, this is linen and viscose. From Pound Fabrics, and I'm going to use this for one of the other Sew Along projects, but this is just 170 GSM, so it's quite lightweight. You can probably just about see my hand through it. So it's not ideal for making these trousers. It would actually make some other kind of nice wide leg trousers. It would work for that, but it's quite lightweight, quite drapey when you can see how it falls like this. That is not what we're looking for this project. So increasing. This is also a linen and viscose. This yarn dye stripe. This is slightly heavier weight at 185 GSM. So this one here, it's a little bit coarser weave than the other one, and you can't see through it. That's mainly due to the colour rather than it's heavier weight. It will also, because it's linen and viscose, will drape quite a lot. So for this project, we're trying to minimise some of the draping so that the fold looks really deliberate. I think it could also work in a more drapey fabric, but perhaps try it in the stiffer fabric first. So this is a linen blend from Pound Fabrics. This one is 230 GSM. So I've only got a small piece of this. So it's still got quite a bit of drape to it, but it's also just a little bit more rigid, a little heavier, a little weightier, and it's that weightiness that kind of works. This is still 10 grams per square metre less than the fabric requirements are suggesting, but I think this would work beautifully. This comes from Pound Fabrics, and they've got a whole heap of different colours on their website. I've looked on Dalston Mill. They have some linens that are exactly 240 GSM. So if you're looking for something like that, what I am actually going to use, you've seen me use this fabric before in the Isle jeans sew along, the chalk and notch Isle jeans sew along, but in different colours. So I bought some of this at the same time as I bought that, so it's a nice kind of emerald green colour. This is a cotton. It's got a little bit of lycra content in it. Lycra for the stretch content of this, for the style of trousers we are making, will just add to the comfort of the trousers. So it would maybe mean you could size down a little if you were close between sizes. But this kind of, it's quite dense, you can't see through it at all. It's got this little slubbiness. I have absolutely no idea how many GSM this is, but I would say a little bit more than the linen blend I just showed you. But I think it's going to work really nicely. So it was described to me as a coloured denim. I wouldn't describe it as a coloured denim, but it has got that stretch kind of that you can imagine some stretch jeans, some lightweight stretch jeans made from. And it's got this slubby texture to it. So it's a lovely fabric, and I suddenly realised, I've got this. I'm going to make them in this nice summery green trouser. So I hope that helps. If you have any queries about selecting your fabric, if you want to reach out to me, please feel free. I can always advise. the best way to go is if you've already selected a fabric and you send me the link and you want me to say, is this suitable or not? That's the best way if you want to get some advice on your fabric from me. Select some things you like the look of. If I don't think they're suitable, I can point you in the direction of something in a similar vein, hopefully. So go gather your supplies, get yourself ready to do this sew along starting at the beginning of the month. The other thing to note is that the pattern itself, there are there are 2 size ranges. Make sure you print the correct size range for your size based on your hip measurement. There are 3 pattern sheets. I have had pattern sheet number 3 printed twice. It's got the pocket pattern pieces printed on it, and kind of it's double layered. They haven't separated out all the pattern sheets, so rather than me tracing it off, I've printed pattern sheet 3 twice. But that's just something to think about when you're printing the pattern. Okay, so discount codes will be uploaded to the Love and Stitches Club Facebook group as soon as we have them.